From the MGM National Harbor Casino in Oxon Hill, Maryland, this is the Boxing Along the Beltway Post-Fight Wrap-Up Show. The Boxing Along the Beltway Post-Fight Wrap-Up Show is brought to you by Real-Time Pain Relief. From boxers to ballerinas for shoulder pain and muscle strain, everything in between, Boxing Along the Beltway recommends Real-Time Pain Relief, the natural, plant-based, safe, fast, and effective ointment. You go to freepainoffer.com, buy $10 worth of Real-Time Pain Relief, you get a free $10 tube of Real-Time Pain Relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. And by DeborahSpears.com, where she has great weight loss tips, great jewelry, and some training methods as well. You go to Deborah, D-E-B-R-A Spears.com. Hi again, everyone. Gary Digital Williams here, still at the MGM National Harbor Casino, where it is early on Saturday morning right now on the East Coast. But an attendance of 2,100 people saw a very, very quality card here tonight at the MGM National Harbor Casino. Had a little bit of everything. It had an incredibly enthusiastic crowd tonight, which is pretty interesting considering the type of boxes we had here tonight. It also had a little bit of I won't say controversy, but it had a possible tragedy. We don't know yet. We haven't heard fully what's going on. We'll get to that as we go through the card. But right now, in my personal opinion, it is the clubhouse leader for card of the year in the Beltway. It was a fantastic card. Just about every single card on the card was competitive. You know, even the knockouts we had here tonight, a lot of those were very competitive situations where the guys who got the knockouts really had to work hard to get them. So it was really an incredible card all the way through. Now, normally we would go ahead and start with the Beltway boxes and then work our way through the card. We're going to work our way through from the very end to the beginning, except for our walk-up bout. We'll talk about that a little bit when we get to our Beltway section. But the main event tonight was a really good bout. I thought it was one of the best bouts of the year, in all honesty, until we got the scores for it. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. And that's Teofimo El Brooklyn Lopez. He's fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Brooklyn, New York. And he won a 12-round unanimous decision over Masayoshi Nakatani, who's from Osaka, Japan. And this is a IBF lightweight eliminator bout. And it was a quality bout, I thought, from beginning to end. I mean, you had Nakatani, who was third ranked by the IBF, going against Lopez, who was fourth ranked by the IBF, but won a number of regional titles in his career. But in this particular bout, Lopez got off to a really good start. In the fourth round, he landed a beautiful right hand Nakatani. Nakatani has a chin of granite because he didn't go anywhere. He stayed right there for the entire bout. But and in the ninth round, really, Nakatani looked like he was trying to take the bout over a little bit. He landed some quality shots on Teofimo Lopez. But apparently the judges tonight, and sometimes some of the judging was a little questionable, but the judging tonight, the judges did not see and give Nakatani credit for his offense. Simple as that. He didn't get credit for it. And judges David Braslow and Larry Hazard Jr. saw it about 118-110, while Bernard Bruni saw it about 119-109. Now, I got to be honest with you. I thought the bout was a lot closer than the scores indicate. I thought Nakatani fought very, very well. Lopez did as well, no question about that. But I really thought Nakatani fought extremely well and deserved to get a lot more rounds in the bout than he ended up getting. So Teofimo Lopez wins the bout, and he is now 14-0, 11 KOs, while Nakatani falls to 18-1, 12 KOs. And it looks like Lopez will get that world title bout against IBF champion Richard Comey. And that was the big bout that everybody was really talking about. And I got to tell you, one of the things about this card tonight that I was really impressed with was the fact that this card had a very enthusiastic fan base. Again, 2,100 people in attendance tonight, and they were really going to town here tonight. Throughout the main event, a lot of people were rooting for Lopez. A lot of folks were rooting for Nakatani. We had people who were from Japan who were rooting for Nakatani. And, of course, you had other bouts and other boxers who the fans were looking for. So as far as local fans are concerned, I think some new fans may have been made tonight from the Beltway. I mean, this is a great card, no question about that. Co-feature tonight, and this is where we have a little bit of an issue here tonight. Sabri Matias, who's from Puerto Rico. He is from Fajardo, Puerto Rico. He won a knock by TKO at the end of the 11th round going into the beginning of the 12th round. So technically, it was at the beginning of the 12th round because his opponent, Maxim Dadashev, could not come out for the 12th round. Now, this bout may be a strong candidate for bout of the year. This was a tremendous bout. Matias was forcing the issue on Dadashev pretty much the bulk of the card, bulk of the bout, and he was just pressing forward the entire night. And Dadashev, to his credit, was trying to fight back, but he was in retreat mode pretty much the bulk of the night, bulk of the bout. And finally, in the 11th round, Matias landed some really crushing blows that really just stopped Dadashev in his tracks, and he just managed to make it to the end of the 11th round. And then in the 12th, right before the 12th round, Dadashev's trainer, the Hall of Famer Buddy McGirt, former world champion Buddy McGirt, told Dadashev he could not go any further, and he stopped the bout right at the end of the 11th, going into the beginning of the 12th round. Now, we have heard, and I think it said if you were watching the show, watching the card on the ESPN Plus stream, Joe Tessitore along with Andre Ward and Tim Bradley and Max Kellerman was here tonight as well. They have been saying that Dadashev, first of all, once he got back toward the dressing room area, he vomited. So that's first sign right there that something is wrong, and something is wrong pretty much in the head area from what I've been told. Now, I was told originally that he may not be as bad as it was, but it turned out it may be as bad as it looked, because they have been they were saying on the ESPN Plus app, and I don't have that, but people have been telling me this, was that he had to go to the hospital. We knew he had to go to the hospital. That was a given. But they were saying that he had lost consciousness and had to go into pretty much emergency surgery for some swelling on the brain. So we wish him well. We don't want to see this again. And it's not, the referee was Kenny Chevalier. It was definitely not his fault. No question about that. Dadashev was really competing up until the very end of the bout. And there weren't a whole lot of hitting behind the heads or anything along those lines. This just happened. I mean, this is what happens in a sport that is as brutal as boxing is. This is not a game, as many people say. You do not play this game. You do not play this sport. And I think that's what happened in this situation. And we just have to wait and see what happens with Maxim Dadashev. But it was a really solid bout, and that was also an eliminator, an IBF Junior Welterweight eliminator. And Sabri Matias is now 14-0. All 14 of his wins by knockout. Maxim Dadashev falls to 13-1 with 11 KOs. Or if you go by I believe they count his bouts in World Series of Boxing. So his World Series of Boxing record total, combined with his pro record, is 13-3 with 11 KOs. So those were the co-featured bouts on the card tonight. Now, as far as the rest of the bouts are concerned, let's start with the Beltway boxers a little bit. We just had our walkout bout, and that was Patrick Harris out of Hyattsville, Maryland, the lightweight. He won an 8-round unanimous decision over Donald Bulldog Ward of West Memphis, Arkansas, by way of Memphis, Tennessee. Harris was in complete control pretty much the entire night. He did suffer a cut, however, along the left side of his face midway through the contest. And we don't really know whether that was from a butt or from a punch. But suffice it to say, Harris survived that. Two of the judges, Bernard Bruni and Ron McNair, scored about 80-72. Larry Hazard Jr. saw it about 79-73. Patrick Harris now 17-0, 8 KOs. Donald Ward's record evens to 11-1 with 5 KOs. Now, most of the boxing fans here tonight who are from the Beltway, they came to see one man and one man only, and that was indeed the undefeated boxer out of Southeast Washington, D.C., now fighting as a middleweight, and that's Dusty Hernandez Harrison. Hope you got a chance to hear our interview with him here earlier this evening. Dusty Harrison won a 7th-round TKO over Juan La Manza de Angel of Barranquilla, Colombia. Harrison looked very good tonight. He was in old Dusty form, so to speak. He had that poise going that we've known about since he was very early in his career, actually not even his career, in his amateur career, in his young days, he had that poise. He's always had that poise, and he had that poise working for him tonight. And he fought very, very well. His left jab was working extremely well, and that set up the right hand that dropped downhill in the 7th round. It was a really solid right hand, right down the pike, and the Angel fell to the canvas on his knees. He tried to get back up, but referee Dave Brazlow said he was not fit to continue. About ended the 2:37 of the 7th round. Dusty Hernandez Harrison remains undefeated. He's now 33-0-1, 19 KOs. Juan de Angel 21-12-1 with 19 KOs. Also on the card tonight, we saw for the first time in the Beltway a heavyweight out of Baltimore, now living in New London, Connecticut, by the name of Gashes, the New Wave Chaney, and he scored a really stunning and explosive first-round knockout over Joel Quiet Storm Cottle of Raleigh, North Carolina. Now, in this bout, Chaney came out smoking early in the first round, and he just battered Cottle all over the place. Cottle was not in the best of shape, although he weighed about 3 pounds heavier, but he did not look like a fit boxer. He looked very roly-poly, and Chaney just battered all over the place, including knocking him out. And you may have already seen this on social media already. He knocked Cottle out of the ring. I mean, he went flying through the ring as well, knocked him out of the ring, landed almost in John Gradowski, who was judging on that side. He almost landed right in John Gradowski's lap. And to his credit, however, he got up, walked around to the ring, got on the stairs, and came back in the ring. I'm not even sure if referee Dave Brazlow actually counted, because I think at that point, usually by Maryland rule, you're supposed to get a 20 count after you fall out of the ring. But I don't know if it happened or not. But be as it may, it didn't last much long for Chaney stopped the bout. Chaney stopped Cottle, and the bout was stopped at 152 of the first round. Gashes Chaney remains undefeated. He's now 16-0, 9 KOs. Joel Cottle falls to 8-3-2 with 5 KOs. Also on the card tonight, tough loss for Nathaniel ASAP Davis out of Lusby, Maryland. He got knocked out in the second round by a really solid prospect by the name of Rondo Vargas, who I believe is only like 19 or 20 years old. He's out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Both of these guys came in here undefeated, but Vargas, after the first round, which was relatively even, the second round, Vargas just took control, and he hit Davis with some really quality shots and got the bout stopped at 150 the second round. Dave Brazlow stopped the bout again at 150 the second round. So tough loss for Nathaniel Davis. He's now 1-1, 1 KO. Rolando Vargas 3-0, all 3 of his wins by knockout. So that pretty much covered the Beltway boxes on the card tonight. So a decent night for us. Harris winning, Chaney winning, and just the only loss to Nathaniel Davis. Other bouts on the card. Jamal the Truth Davis, he lost a 8-round unanimous decision loss to Tyler Hercules Howard out of Crossville, Tennessee. Jamal Davis out of Philadelphia. And Howard really fought very well in the bout. Davis was a game. He's a gatekeeper, although he's over 500. But he really had no offense to speak of against Tyler Howard. Ron McNair and Joe Pasquale, the judges, they scored at 80-72, and John Gradowski scored at 78-73. Tyler Howard now 18-0, 11 KOs. Jamal Davis falling to 18-15-1 with 7 KOs. Also in the card, Tyler McCreary, known as the Golden Child, he won by 8-round split decision over Jesse Chris Rosales of Indio, California, by way of Cebu City, the Philippines. And in that bout, McCreary fought decently, but Rosales was there. He was there for the long haul, and it was a tough bout to score. Judges Bruni and Gradowski scored the bout for McCreary 78-74 and 77-75 respectively, while Ron McNair saw the bout for Rosales 77-75. A really, really good bout there between Tyler McCreary, who really took a pretty good step up in competition against Jesse Rosales. Tyler McCreary is now 16-0-1, 7 KOs. Jesse Rosales now 22-3 with 10 KOs. In the opening bout tonight, it's a really nice prospect. I like this guy a lot. Esquiva Falcao. He's out of Brazil. He's out of Victoria, Brazil, and he is ranked number 7 by the WBC, the IBF, and the WBA. And he scored an 8th-round TKO over Jesus Gutierrez of Tijuana, Mexico. And he was in pretty much control of that bout as well. Really good bout for Falco. He was hitting his left hand. Gutierrez never found Falcao's left hand. He never found it at all throughout the entire night. So it was a really tough one for Gutierrez. And Falcao raised his record now to 24-0, 16 KOs. And Jesus Gutierrez falls to 25-4-2 with 12 KOs. So that is the card here tonight. A really solid card. Top Rank put on a great show. Right now, it is the clubhouse leader for card of the year. It was a very competitive bout. Once again, a competitive card, I should say. Once again, just about every bout on the card was competitive. They were tough bouts in some cases. Even the guys that kind of dominated, like Dustin Harrison did. It was still a pretty tough road to hoe for Harrison in that situation. Now we move on to 1 week from today, 1 week from Saturday. We'll be at the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, Maryland for the TGB Promotions and Mayweather Promotions card that features, of course, Gervonta Tank Davis defending his WBA Super Featherweight Championship against Ricardo Nunez. And we went over the whole card last week. Actually, we went on the card early this week on the podcast, so you'll get a chance to hear that. And we will go through the whole card once again this week, this coming week on the podcast as well. So that is, Saturday, July 27th, and we'll be at the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, Maryland for this card, the TGB Promotions and Mayweather Promotions card. Don't forget tomorrow, by the way, actually later on today, I guess we should say, we have that amateur boxing card to honor David Jacobs. Yours truly will try to get out of the bed and be the ring announcer and ask the ceremonies for that event. That'll be at the Palmer Park Community Center, which is across the street from the Sugar Ray Leonard Boxing Center, located at 7720 Barlow Road in Palm Park, Maryland. It is free, open to the public, and once again, it's the honor in memory of Dave Jacobs, the legendary trainer of such boxers as Sugar Ray Leonard and Mike Tyson. And of course, so that's tomorrow, or should I later on today, 2 o'clock start time for that event. Once again, next Saturday, we'll be at the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, Maryland for the Gervonta Davis, Ricardo Nunez card. And then on Friday night, August the 2nd, we'll be at the Live Casino in Hanover, Maryland for the Jetta Promotions card there. We'll hope to give you a better preview of that card in the next week or so on the Boxing on the Beltway Podcast Network. So that'll do it for another card of great professional boxing. We thank you so much for joining us. Our best wish once again to Juan Marshall, who should be with us coming up next Saturday at the Royal Farms Arena. So we look forward to seeing him there as well. Boxing on Beltway Post-Fight Episode Show brought to you by Real Time Pain Relief. We go to freepainoffer.com, buy $10 worth of Real Time Pain Relief. You get a free $10 tube of Real Time Pain Relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. And by DeborahSpears.com, great weight loss tips, great jewelry, and great trading methods at Deborah, DEBRA Spears.com. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm Gary Digital Williams, reminding you as always, keep supporting the best boxing in the world, the boxing along the Beltway. Hope we see you next week in Baltimore. Until then, thanks for joining us, and take care, everybody.